Fellow nerds, we've got some rumors tonight in the Star Wars universe, and we'd like to share them with you in a little segment we call the Rumor Mill Rundown. The first rumor, and I know I shared this in the Slack channel the other day with you guys, but Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen are going to appear as Force Ghosts in the Rey 15 years after the sequel trilogy movie. So they are going to be showing up. She's rebuilding the Jedi Order, supposedly, and for whatever reason, Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen are going to appear as Force Ghosts to help, hopefully maybe teach her some things like, hey, what not to do. Maybe Luke will be like, hey, listen, don't go into hiding if things don't go the right way for 15 years. You know what? Get past it.
As it turns out, child murder, not okay. They frown upon that. Do not do it.
I can see Mark Hamill. I can see her being visited by Luke Skywalker, but she didn't know Anakin.
No, she
Why
did
was
not.
she visited by Anakin?
Well, as a fallen Jedi, perhaps he's going to give her advice because she heard voices, in, we don't like to mention this movie, but she heard voices of Ahsoka and, Ben Kenobi and a bunch of people she didn't meet either. So it may be going along those lines.
Somehow Anakin returned.
I don't know. I forgot to tell you, speaking of Star Wars, on the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, at the end of the movie, it said, Emperor Palpatine will return. They added that.
That's awesome. That's so funny.
I wonder, what... As much as I love Star Wars, don't get me wrong, I truly wonder how much... What more can they do? They're going to have to come up with a really creative story to try and explain why they're having yet another Star War.
Well, it could be more Sith. It could be like our friend Fatherly Fandom, the Yutang Vong, which are from the Beyond thing. They could probably figure something out. Hopefully, because things are always warring. It could be a religious war. It could be, we have wars on. Maybe one of the Jedi planets has a bunch of oil or not oil, but some liquid that makes their some liquid that makes their star engines roar. We need that in our. Give it up.
You know what that is? That's the interdimensional fuel from Rick and Morty.
Interdimensional fuel.
I was wondering if I would be able to play any of the songs I have loaded up today.
What do they call it? Black matter?
Dark matter.
Dark matter. That he.
God, that was such a good episode. Human music.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
My man.
My man. Slow down. But yeah.
And our next little tidbit, we have a lot less of the Star Wars tidbits than we did in the MCU, but the next little tidbit is that Tamira Morrison is going to show up in the Ahsoka show as Captain Rex, which I do hope this happens.
That would make sense. I'll wait. I'll wait to see if this is your final rumor, but I also heard a Star Wars related rumor.
Now, it would be nice, I don't know, because we've heard other rumors about Ahsoka where it's kind of in the world between worlds. We'll see the past, we'll see sort of what if scenarios playing out and all this stuff. So I wonder if he's going to be playing Captain Rex in the Mandalorian time frame, or maybe Captain Rex, during the Rebels, or something else. But it'll be interesting to see. I'm happy. I know he came out and was very disappointed that he was not in the Mandalorian season 3 as Boba Fett, which wouldn't have made sense with what he was doing necessarily on Tatooine to show up there.
He wanted his 3 episodes.
He did.
Yeah.
He wanted that paycheck. I don't blame him.
All of
But-
them in a Bacta tank.
Oh, my visions of the past.
Now, is it a rumor that Cobb Vanth is getting his own show? Have we heard that?
I've not
rumor
heard
yet?
that. Mm.
Okay.
That would be cool. I'd love for that rumor to be floating around.
Yeah, Timothy
Definitely
Olyphant
not
did a
against
good
it.
job.
He was
Give
tremendous.
us a straight up space western. I'd be down for that.
Life on Tatooine.
Oh god, that would be I don't know, an entire series on Tatooine. I guess with the right actors, you could pull it off.
He's got a new band. It's called Cobb and the Crate Dragons.
That would be good. Hey everybody, what song do you want us to play? Play the same song. You got it.
Thank you. We'll be playing Lost Isley all week.
This is a song about us taking down the Great Crate Dragon. There was a Mandalorian there.
So
And the
sad. Yeah.
And the Tusken Raiders got the pearl, and now we're all happy. Yes, the Great Dragon is dead. And everyone's gone now. Thanks everybody for showing up. But
This is how I got pooped out the planet.
wait, no, Cobb
I
Vanth did get
actually
pooped out
made
the planet.
Animation for that on one of our videos of Boba Fett getting pooped out of a planet. I had a planet with butt cheeks. I did that, and it's
We
forever. I
need that. I was gonna say we need that because we need to make it a short and a TikTok coming up. So we need to find that.
Oh god,
But-
it's on one of our Boba Fett videos. I bet
I was gonna maybe one of the Mandalorian.
probably.
What's next or Theory Paloozas. We'll find it. But the final rumor from me, because it sounds like Doug has one too, is the reason Dave Filoni is directing the Star Wars movie is because how excited all of the Lucasfilm execs are about Ahsoka.
Really?
Yeah, it says basically sources tell us that Lucasfilm execs have been absolutely blown away by the series' early cuts, and that it's a big reason why Filoni got himself a Star Wars movie.
You know, if you ask me, he proved himself on the Clone Wars that he should have his own movie. You know, everything he's done in the Star Wars universe, it shouldn't take, was this his 5th show? It shouldn't take that much. Everything has been excellent.
And
Well,
that's
right.
why I think Lucasfilm struggles so much because they got talent that loves the product, has been working for them, and let's get J.J. Abrams. He's a big name instead of. But I really hope this is true, only in the sense, well, we know he got the movie. True in the sense that Ahsoka is so good, and we're going to be blown away by it because we need another great show. We got Andor, we got the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. And we need another great Star Wars show. So I hope this is it. And I hope all of this leading into this movie, which has been rumored to be titled Heir to the Empire,
I have heard that. Yeah.
which we heard in the the Ahsoka trailer. She's talking about Thrawn as being the heir to the Empire. So who knows? Maybe it will be. I can see them going a different way, not wanting to name it that, only because they would probably owe Timothy Zahn money based on his book. And
Yes.
They can do, I mean, they're not going to be able to kill Thrawn at the end of any of these shows or movies. He could be a great villain for a long time. And like, they had Darth Vader for a long time. They could have Thrawn for just as long. At least 6 movies.
I was gonna say
Thrawn could return.
he could be in a couple shows. They could get a inordinate amount of movies made about him.
At least eight.
I would be down for all of that. And who knows who else is going to show up in this Filoni movie. We know we have a lot of what is it called? The non-canon stuff now? Legends.
Oh, Legends. Yeah.
We know there's a lot of Legends characters that, Filoni and Favreau have been bringing back. So maybe we get Mara Jade. Maybe we get, Talon Cardy, who was a smuggler in those books. There's so much they could really do with this movie. So, heck,
Or,
why?
best of all, we could get Luke.
Yes, with the 2 Ks.
Luke.
And we know it's possible because we saw Luke's hand in the Darth Vader comic on Exegol.
We did.
You mean thing?
Yes.
Thing, yes. But that is all the rumors I got. Doug, was that the one you had heard, or is there another Star Wars rumor out there?
There is one more, and you guys have probably heard the first half of this before because this rumor was floating around back when, unfortunately, we went and saw The Rise of Skywalker. So, at the time, Dave Filoni was saying, just because you heard Ahsoka's voice at the end there does not mean that she is necessarily dead. Well, as of lately, he has been recently doubling down on that. To mention that not only was she definitely not dead during Rise of Skywalker, there is a chance we may see her showing up as a Yoda-like character in the new series. She's a little bit older, she's more of a mentor character, a little crazy, maybe living in a swamp.
Is she gonna shrink too and get pointy ears?
Yes, and Rey's gonna have to carry her on her back.
Sweet.
She's gonna be stealing her little nutrition bars out of a. Gimme!
But yeah, the rumor going around is that not only is she not dead, but she's going to be a mentor-like character. I don't know if she's going to also work in tandem with the Force Ghosts that you mentioned, but apparently she's going to make an appearance in the new movies.
Oh, what if the Hayden Christensen Force Ghost is coming to see her and not Rey?
Oh, that would be interesting.
She definitely has a lot of, yeah.
He opens up every conversation with, "Listen, I'm so sorry. Can we get around this?"
No, I am not forgiving you yet.
I swear, I did it to save Padme. You killed younglings. I thought it was going to help her. You killed younglings.
Listen, I had some sand in my britches. It was very uncomfortable. I hate sand.
And speaking of sand, you killed Tusken Raiders. Not just the men and the women, but the children too.
That
you
was
are
before
a bad man.
I even met you.
I didn't know you then, okay? You can't go on my past before.
Well, look, I'm a Force Ghost now. I've been redeemed in the eyes of the Force.
That's right, Master Skywalker. Got a bat.
Maybe Anakin and Luke are coming to tell Rey. Seriously, you taking her name?
Yeah. Yo,
What is?
not part of this family. That's not how this universe works. Okay, you can't just pick a family.
Maybe both Luke and Anakin are going to be like, hey, throw those books away. Not a great idea.
Yeah, they didn't work for us, so they're not gonna
Definitely,
work.
neither of us. And if you want to carry on the Skywalker name, probably not going to work for you either.
You know, that is true. Rey has the Jedi, scriptures or whatever, and maybe they do come back. Yeah, they should have attachments. The best Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hope they do that because
Yeah.
the whole Jedi thing was pretty warped and wrong.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the lines that I did like from The Last Jedi was when Luke actually explained that. He kind of he was telling Rey, look, this is where they went wrong. And they allowed the Emperor to, completely take control, shrouded by the dark side, had no idea that it was even happening. And so, and it's true. It's true. He wasn't wrong. That's literally what happened. And even Yoda admitted, says multiple times, heavy is the shroud of the dark side or whatever.
Yeah, that's why we all thought we were getting a gray Jedi order after The Last Jedi.
we kept mispronouncing Rise of the Skywalker. thinking it was going to be good.
Wow, that was one of the most disappointing times I've had at the theater since the Phantom Menace.
Yep. It was certainly a movie.
And I would just like to apologize to anyone who may be watching us. We don't talk about the Rise of Skywalker this often. The fact that we brought it up like 2 or 3 times tonight, it's important to what we were talking about. We won't talk about it for at least 2 years.
What's that? Did our subscribers go down again?
Yeah.
We just lost all of our followers. What the hell? No, we got one. It's J.J. Abrams. He's still following us.
That movie was great. Man, that guy who wrote that was a genius. He had nothing to work with.
Brilliant stuff. If you like that, go watch Lost.
Lost was good. I liked Lost. But remember, J.J. Abrams didn't write Lost. Damon Lindelof did. And a few other guys. Except for the final season of Lost. I rather enjoyed that show.
That's what I mean. The way they wrap it up, genius. Chef's kiss.
They do seem to have a
all
problem.
together.
They definitely have a problem wrapping things up.
Well, I was talking to my mom earlier today, and she was talking about she just watched Fringe for the second time all the way through.
Oh, that's a
And
choice.
she said the way, like that, he had all of these mysteries dangling out in the air after season 4, and he wrapped it all up in season 5. It's like that's the reason they had season 5 was so they could wrap it up. But that's the thing when you make a bunch of, you ever watch Doctor Who? Well, we're tangenting a little bit here, but you ever watch Doctor Who and you can't follow the storylines and then they wrap it all up at the end of the season and it all makes sense? I like it when a story can do that. But you got to do it within a time frame that's acceptable.
Well, and it has to make sense, like you can wrap up a lot of plot lines quickly as long as you've led up to it, had things leading into it. It doesn't necessarily have to make sense when you're first seeing it, but as long as it makes sense when they wrap it all up, that is all good.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what you told us earlier makes me want to go see Guardians of the Galaxy again, by the way.
I kind of want to see it again too. Now that I know to look out for Drax, it's gonna make me want to see if there's any other little things that maybe I missed.
Yeah, because I remember them taking the other two, or the one who tried to kill. She tried to kill the High Evolutionary, but I saw them carrying her onto nowhere. But I didn't see. I don't remember them with the High Evolutionary. I want to go back and see it.
I do believe there's pictures on the interweb of it.
Interwebs.
Did I save one?
So this lady's gonna be Cora? Never mind.
You know what would be really funny is if in the sequel movies for Star Wars, if they did want to make Ahsoka a little bit older and hunched over, get Ashley Eckstein to reprise the role.
That would be
A
fantastic.
little bit shorter.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I heard. You know why they? Do you know why they call it? When they say you're going for a tryout or something, and they tell actors to break a leg. Do you know why they tell them to break a leg?
Mm-mm.
Because they want them to become part of the cast.
Really?
Yes.
So it's one giant dad joke.
Yeah.
Gee.
I heard something similar about a pilot.
I
and I'm
never
looking
knew
it
that.
up. Yeah, there was someone who put up a short that was just a bunch of videos, a bunch of sayings like that, and you just, wow, it all makes sense now. But this is not the
Want
same.
them to be part of the cast. Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Break a leg, you become part of the cast.
Huh. You said you were looking to try and figure out why it's called a pilot?
Yeah.
Because it's flying onto the TV. Ha-ha.
Aha! All of the stuff that I'm seeing here is not the reason I heard. It says it's setting the tone for the entire series. That's not true. I've heard something else. So this is Drax, eh?
That is Drax, saving
Yeah,
the High
and-
Evolutionary.
I'm seeing the same thing you just mentioned. The term pilot signifies that this episode serves as the guiding force for elements such as tone, primary characters, and overarching narrative.
Right. And it was something a little more similar than similar. It was more simple than that. Just like the one I just gave you.
Or this one is called a pilot because it drives the show.
That sounds right.
So many times the pilot ends up being almost nothing like the series once it gets started.
Mm-hmm.
Because
That
it
is very
takes
true.
the project off the ground.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
That is good.
And if, here, I'm going to bring up the other one, Keith. On Smallville, when you watch the pilot, they don't have any of they have the same house, but the barn that they're in is not the same. A lot of the sets are changed in the second episode to be more updated. It's like they didn't know if the show was going to make it. They did the pilot, and once it was successful, then they got their real sets.
Speaking of Superman, taking it back to rumors real quick. I don't know if you mentioned this or not. Short memory span and all that. Did you hear that David Zaslav has been pressuring
Adam Connell.
James Gunn.
James Gunn, thank you, has been pressuring James Gunn to make sure that he starts putting out Superman stuff as soon as possible?
In what way?
Well, James Gunn has this whole this is the plan. We're gonna do this movie. We'll do this movie. Apparently, David Zaslav just all Superman. Give me so much Superman. I want to be swimming in Superman.
James Gunn has said it multiple times that he has complete control over the DCU. If that's what David Zaslav is doing, I hope James Gunn is right.
I hope so. I hope he's looking at him like, man, no.
That's the last thing the DCU needs is any more meddling by the studios.
You guys told me I'm in control. I'm going to fix this mess.
Yeah.
And it's not like Guardians bombed. Guardians is critically loved,
Oh, my
is
God,
making
Guardians is
types
good.
of cash. The studio should be like, look, we hired the right
we
guy.
should listen
Let's
to
let
him."
him do his thing. Yes. But
I'm just thinking, I want to see
Studios-
how much Guardians has made.
I think it just crossed 300 million domestically.
Wow.
But did you see what the number one movie was this weekend?
No, what?
The Little Mermaid.
That makes sense. Okay.
Made like 120 million, like 200 million worldwide.
Boy, the entire state of Florida must love that.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who are saying, "Get woke, go." Oh wait, that doesn't fit here. Y'all,
I've seen some from a lot of my friends on Facebook. I have not seen it, but a bunch of my friends are saying it's really good.
my daughter and wife want to see it. I would go see it with them, but I asked Sully if he wanted to see The Little Mermaid, and he just gave me a glare like,
No.
"Do you think I want to see a movie about mermaids?"
See, I'm with Sully, man. I don't like them taking it's like they ran out of ideas. Let's take every successful animated movie we did and make it live action.
Hey, Dave. It's because they like money.
Yeah, and there's a certain amount of people that's going to go see these movies, and I'm not going to be one.
They have some money, but they want all of it. So here's the same movie again. Please give us your money.
And just so you know, Sierra gave The Little Mermaid 7 out of 10.
Really? Oh, so she saw it. Okay.
When
Little
did
Mermaid
you
was
see
good.
it, Sierra?
Huh.
See, and it's funny because I'm kind of with Dave. It's weird to me that some studio executives were sitting around, and because like some of these live action remakes made $1 billion, they're like, we need to do nothing but do live action remakes of all of our classics. I mean, as long as they do them good, I'm not overly upset. But I think a lot of this is stemming from the hits that they've had previously and just trying to keep building on that. And I don't know. There's other ideas they could be doing too.
Yeah.
I will fully admit to this. I have not yet seen a single one of the live action remakes.
I haven't either.
They kind of come and go. It's like I know that they're out there. They're on Disney Plus. I guess I could watch them eventually. I just not really. I don't care. I guess not really my thing. To watch the same thing again. The one that I was vaguely interested in for a minute until I heard what they did to it was Mulan, but then I heard they cut out all the music, and I'm like, well, then I don't care. I don't want to see it. Because
See, the one-
they had some good songs.
Yes, Mulan. If they wouldn't have did the things they did to it, Aladdin too. I was like, oh, I'll see Aladdin when it comes out on Disney Plus. Never did. But that was the one I was like,
Aladdin?
yeah.
Oh,
Will
that's right,
Smith was
they
the
did.
genie.
Oh my God, with Will Smith. Wow, forgot about that.
Oh, and
Jeez,
Sierra
where the heck have I
said
been?
in your basement. But Sierra says the visuals for Little Mermaid are awesome, and Halle Bailey, who I always call Barry because I can't not say Halle and Barry together, but Halle
Right.
Bailey was a good Ariel, and Melissa McCarthy was a good Ursula.
Now, Melissa McCarthy did look like she was going to be a good Ursula. I'll give her that. And you know what? I've seen people that have reviewed this, like on YouTube, and their complaints weren't about her being black. They were just saying that the movie was just overall terrible, and that like changed some of the lyrics and the songs.
Really?
Yeah, but like I said, I haven't seen it myself. I just
Well, once again, sometimes these people don't want to come out and say, we didn't like it because this fictional character's skin color was changed. They'll pick other reasons to do it.
This
Not
movie
that they.
about a mythological creature that's half human, half fish.
No, they're real. They're real. I've seen them.
Oh, you've seen a real mermaid?
Yeah, of course. You haven't? Keith, you have, right?
No, I haven't. I wish.
I saw one when I was in Texas.
That makes perfect sense. Was it in an oil pond?
It was in a tar pit.
There you go.
Let's see. It was good. Just the way they did the costumes in certain scenes could have been better.
I guess I would be. I'd be curious how they'd pull off, like Sebastian singing his songs. Because I think it works really well in animation unless they really stretch what the CGI characters can do. I don't know. Again, maybe I might eventually check it out, but then I've also said that with the other ones, and I have yet to watch a single one. I haven't watched
Right.
Lion King. I heard that one was also not that great because it was hard to. John Favreau was?
Yeah, he did The Lion King. The reason I heard
Okay.
that people didn't like The Lion King was it was almost frame for frame the animated movie.
I heard that too. Yeah.
So it's like we've already had this movie. And we thought like at least Little Mermaid added some things to it, and well, obviously Mulan made some changes for the worse. Aladdin, I heard good things about. I don't know, what they changed or anything, but and according to Sierra, yeah, Mulan and Pinocchio were both absolute trash.
They made Pinocchio too. I still want to see Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I think it was on Netflix. I want to see
Yeah,
his.
I think you're right.
I heard that one was actually really good, especially compared to the Disney one, which I guess does not hold up as well. The live action one.
Understandable. Lion King wasn't good because they made it all about Beyonce. How could they do that when John Oliver was in it? It should have been all about him. What is wrong with these
Ozzy,
people?
wasn't he?
He was,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was. Oh, Aladdin sucked because it wasn't culturally accurate or story accurate. Oh, sounds like they screwed that one too.
Oh, good. Good job.
I'm glad I didn't waste my
There are
time
certain-
watching it.
Like when they have the movies like back then, like Aladdin, let's say. Just because it has that kind of culture in it doesn't mean it's an insult, you know? I like
Mhm.
when they're on the streets of Agrabah. I like the way that looked. It just made you feel like you were there, you know? And if they change that to make it more shiny or happy for some studio exec, that kind of ruins the whole movie.
You're not wrong. And once again, it all comes back to studio execs mingling or not mingling. What's the word I'm looking for here? Meddling
Meddling.
with this story.
Meddling.
Yes.
So I tell you what, take a look when you guys get a chance. Go to a YouTube channel called Tom and Don. And they've got a video called Historically Accurate Aladdin. It is so wrong, but it's funny. And that's for all of you in the chat as well.
All
YouTube
one
channel
of
is
you in the
Tom
chat.
and Don.
Tom and Jerry?
Sure.
Sierra, what's that channel you made me watch with, as long as you're still there, with all the Steven Seagal movies? That's you. She had me watch this channel. I forget what it's called, and it has like all Steven Seagal movies, and every video is titled "The Worst Movie Ever."
Oh, jeez.
And it just goes over all the Steven Seagal movies.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
They are all really bad movies.
Well, you know, he's putting out 2 movies a year, like right now,
Congrats, I guess.
and he
Wait,
writes
he's
them
still
all.
putting out
So-
movies?
Yeah, you go to his IMDb page,
He
and
is such a weird
terrible.
dude.
The Peter Pan remake is trash too. I haven't seen that, but I've heard a lot of bad
I forgot
things.
that even came out. Wow.
I heard it was like terrible casting, just because like the kid who's playing Peter Pan. You know, Peter Pan is supposed to look mischievous, like he can get into trouble.
It's supposed
And I
to look
guess
like a
the kid
woman.
And the kid that got is just like so wholesome and down, you know, so innocent looking that he can't do it. That's what I heard anyway, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, the Peter Pan one was just released on Disney Plus, wasn't it? It wasn't a theater
Gentlemen,
release.
I think you know that what needs to happen then. We need to rebrand our channel. We're all going to be just Disney remakes from now on.
Yay!
Oh my God.
We're going to watch
You're
all
gonna
of them. We're
remake.
going to comment on them. We're going to do theory paloozas on what they'll change, who they'll cast.
Not your original movie quo. We're gonna take every movie and we're gonna rate every remake they've ever done of it.
But then we'd have to watch them.
Yeah,
Do we really want to do that to ourselves?
You mean we get to watch them?
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd rather watch that than John Wick. Not.
Have
Oh,
you seen the? Have you finally seen it yet?
I've not seen 4 yet.
Wow,
I hear it's incredible though.
it is. It's really good. You two need to see it.
I plan on it. I definitely will, because those movies have all been just an incredible watch at the theater.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what we should do if we're going to do to review all of the Disney remakes? we got to like pretend, like subtly pretend that Disney's paying us big money to say nice things about them.
All three of us do all of our videos.
I
wearing
like
suits.
how they did this. It was incredible.
They scrapped that crap from the animated movie, and they made. Oh yes, my caviar should be delivered at 7:05.
This is Bob
Yes.
Great movie.
I do want my name in gold letters above the door of my house. Thank you. Anyway.
Hey, did you guys book your flights yet?
Book my flights to.
Yes, totally.
For tomorrow. To go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, be there for Ming Na Wen.
Oh God, I wish that would be fantastic.
Yeah, it actually would be.
Mm-hmm.
But it is getting to be about that time, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. That it is.
An
I've got a
abbreviated
bunch of
version
Disney
of the
movies
show
to go
tonight.
watch.
But that's okay. We get to watch Spider-Man.
That's right. Don't forget, everybody, we will not be streaming live this Thursday. We will be at the theater for our spoiler free review of Spider Man Across the Spider Verse. I'd say I need to rewatch Into the Spider Verse, but I have seen that movie like 700 times, so I don't need to, but I will anyway.
I'll have to watch it earlier on Thursday so I can just roll right into the next movie.
Good idea.
Yeah, that's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be like Dave and I were talking before you jumped on, Doug. It's going to be a big month because we got Across the Spider Verse,
Finally.
we got Secret Invasion, we got The Flash, we got Dial of Destiny.
Yes, it's about time we have something. It's been a couple of slow weeks.
Yeah. It's been
Well, it'll
a slow down period.
Yep. And the writer's strike is, may slow things up again at some point down the line, but hopefully they resolve that. Pay the writers; they deserve it.
Please pay the writers. It is not gig work.
No, you're right. It is not. 100% is not gig work.
So, are we going to rate somebody?
Yes, always. We always rate somebody.
Do we have someone to read?
Laura Loopsy's on.
Oh,
That's
she's still
right.
on?
You said you were in her channel before we started, right?
Yep.
All right.
So let's do it. Sierra, if you're still out there, thank you so much for joining us. We always appreciate. We always enjoy hearing your comments or reading your comments,
Yeah.
whatever it
Hearing
is we
them.
do.
Anytime, she says.
I hear them because I'm always on vegan edge.
Vegan Edge.
My veganism allows me to see into your mind's eye.
Whoa.
Okay, Scott Pilgrim. Oh, you're Todd. You're Todd the bassist.
And don't forget to hit us up at Twitter, leave a comment down below, and we will see you next time on Not Your Status Quo.